You see, Japanese penis so small.
So small.
You Americans have such humongous bulbous penis.
Hello, everybody. A little bit ago, we saw the new Marvel Studios film Ant-Man and the Wasp, directed by known pedophile James Gunn. Connor.
No, it wasn't directed by James Gunn.
Topical reference.
Okay.
Connor, what did you think of the plot? What is the plot of Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Oh, you're really bombing here. The plot of Ant-Man and the Wasp is Scott Lang is on house arrest because of his illegal dealings with the Avengers, or Captain America's Avengers during Civil War. And because of that, he chooses to, or he's sitting around the house, and then basically the ghost shows up and starts trying to steal like a bunch of shit from Hank Pym, and they're trying to save Janet's mom, Hope, or Hope's mom's Janet, and they need Ant-Man's help, so Ant-Man teams up with them, and hijinks ensues. The ghost fights him a bunch of times. Lawrence Fishburne does some shit, and they fight this evil gangster played by that one fucking dude. You know what I'm talking about? The guy with the weird haircut. The old guy.
Yeah,
They're fighting the gangster guy. No, not Lawrence Fishburne. I'm talking about the gangster guy with the weird haircut.
Yeah, I know. Oh, it's the Ain't No Nagger Gonna Kill Me guy from Django.
From Django, yeah.
And he's also in, he's the guy with the really bad hairline.
He's in a few shits, but the point of the matter is they fight that guy, they beat him. Goliath basically tells Ghost, like, yo, maybe we should be good guys because they can help you rather than they can help you, so maybe we shouldn't try to murder him. And she's like, I guess maybe that's not a bad idea. And Ant-Man gets released from parole because he does his time, and then at the end he shrinks down to the quantum realm, and when he tries to get tethered back by Hope and Hank and Janet, they get destroyed by Thanos, and it sets up the next Avenger movie. So Aiden, after that very rocky thing, what did you think of Ant-Man and the Wasp?
It's okay. I like it. I think Ghost is pretty cool in idea. I don't really like the way things went with her towards the end. Not like the very end, but like when she decided to just become a murderer for some reason. I like Lawrence Fishburne. I like seeing Morpheus on the big screen. I think the movie could have been a little more focused, honestly, because there's like a lot of switching between like the different narratives, where it'd be like you follow Ant-Man for like 2 minutes, and then you follow the Wasp for like 2 minutes, and sometimes that works, but I feel like they were both kind of like fighting for who got to be the main character of the movie, which is, it came off a little messy sometimes, but I think overall the action was far more interesting than the first movie, even though it makes a little bit of plot holes, because like the idea is that when you get small, you still have like the same weight you did before, and you have the same like strength in your punches and shit. So you think that like you wouldn't really be able to pick up Ant-Man because he'd be like 200 pounds.
Yeah.
But also when he gets big, he should just be like really weak compared to his size. I don't know. That doesn't bother me so much.
Man, I suppose.
That doesn't bother me so much. I get it. It's whatever. But yeah, there was It was far better than the first movie. That was just a generic Iron Man clone. I think this is pretty much it's far more interesting. I like everyone in the movie. I think that everyone's doing a pretty good job. I don't really get the whole the old lady comes out of the quantum realm and she can like shoot magic into people and heal them of quantum diseases and shit. But I think the movie's kind of got the same like goofy feel as Ant-Man without being just a straight rip Iron Man, which we don't really need anymore.
Yeah, I mean the first one was a rip-off of Iron Man, so it feels very redundant to people who...
You know, overall, I think my one last thing is that after Infinity War, it feels really small, which is kind of refreshing. And I liked the little teaser at the end where they tied it into the Infinity War and stuff. So I don't know, it's fairly good. Connor, what'd you think of Ant-Man and the Wasp?
I thought Ant-Man and the Wasp was a pretty fun movie. I don't know. All the acting was pretty good. I really like how they portray Ant-Man. It's quite a bit different from like the comics and stuff. But if you're not going to start with Hank Pym and you want to go the Scott Lang route, I think that's a pretty smart idea. Because it's kind of a cool way to explore legacy in these movies. Scott kind of being a very different Ant-Man from Hank Pym, and we kind of see that mentorship role, but we also see Janet, who's kind of opposite to Ant-Man, so that's kind of cool. And I also like how it's kind of just a smaller scale story. Ghost and Lawrence Fishburne feel like they could have been fleshed out a little better maybe, because the whole time they're just like, we're doing our evil plot, but for good reasons. It's like, okay, so you're going to be reformed, and then it's just going to be like nothing happened. Even though they were going extreme, like Ghost almost felt like she had like no remorse for anything and just was looking out for herself. Then at the end, she was really redeemed without learning anything. It's just like, oh, you can help me without, you know. So
I don't have to kill you.
Ghost was just like, okay, cool, I'm a good guy now. Lawrence Fishburne never really felt conflicted. Like, the idea was there where Lawrence Fishburne's like, I should help this girl because her father was killed, blah blah blah. Okay, fine. But Lawrence Fishburne's conflict was just like, okay, I'm gonna help you murder these people, and then all of a sudden he's like, no, actually I'm a good guy, so I'm gonna help him. So I think it would have been better if maybe I mean, we got the ideas that he doesn't like Hank, and he likes, you know, he basically raised this girl. Sure. So I get his motivations to an extent, but I think it could have been better shown, not just like briefly explained, and then Lawrence Fishburne's motivations make pretty much zero sense for the rest of the movie, where he's just like, oh, I'm a good guy, now I'm a bad guy. Ghost at least felt more two-dimensional, but like she pretty much had one goal, one purpose.
She had cool powers.
Looked cool. Ghost has cool powers, looks cool. Not really 100% what Ghost was in the comics, but I don't really mind. The Ant-Man thing is quite a bit reinvented, and I think it's a cool, different way to do it. I think it's cool bringing Goliath into the movie. We got Ant-Man, Giant Man, Goliath, Wasp, a whole bunch of aspects of these movies, which is awesome. I would have liked to see Lawrence Fishburne, or I would like to see Lawrence Fishburne maybe kind of grow and be more of an opposite mentor. I don't think there's potential to kill him down the line and add an extra layer to Ghost and Ant-Man's next outing, which would be kind of cool. Overall, I do think this is one of the more funny of the MCU movies. I mean, some of them are just like painfully cringy, some of them are kind of funny, but I think this one's more funny than most of them. And also, I really like the Ant-Man character, but the first Ant-Man was kind of weak in my eyes because it was just a blatant Iron Man clone. The character was the same, the idea was pretty much the same, and the product placement with like Long John Silver is just so offensively bad. Or it was the ice cream during his like
my Ant-Man suit's better than yours, Scott.
Yeah,
he throws
it was bad.
He throws Thomas at him.
I didn't love the first Ant-Man. Thought it was kind of bad, and I watched it one time and never watched it again. I don't know if I'll ever really return to this movie. It was fun. It was a good watch, but it's kind of like hitting a roller coaster, you know? not really a point in it the second time. I don't know. It's one of the more returnable MCU movies, but I definitely wouldn't consider it like super top tier. It's just a pretty good MCU movie. It's kind of low key. So maybe if you're just feeling like a Marvel movie, for some reason you're feeling a Marvel movie, but not like a super high octane Marvel movie. But then if that's the case, then I'd almost just suggest Spider-Man Homecoming, because Spider-Man Homecoming's a much better movie. So I don't know. But it's kind of in the vein. It's closer to something like Spider-Man Homecoming than, say, Avengers Infinity War. You know what I'm saying? It's a little low-key, which is fun. And it set up some cool things from Infinity War. It'll be cool to see Scott interact in Infinity War. And it set up a cool cliffhanger. And that end cliffhanger was a good kind of expansion on the whole idea of Infinity War. And it's going to be cool to see him kind of make his appearance in Infinity War, because him and Hawkeye were noticeably absent from that film. So yeah, Aiden, would you recommend Ant-Man?
Yeah, I mean, pretty easily. It's certainly better than the first one. And it's pretty fun and enjoyable, as the Marvel movies tend to be. It's hard to say, like, straight no to any of the Marvel movies.
Except for
maybe
Thor's.
the Thors.
Except Thor Ragnarok.
The first two Thors.
Thor 1 and 2 were awful. Incredible Hulk's pretty bad.
Oh, I forgot the Hulk was even a part of it, because
I didn't care for Iron Man 3, but granted, I haven't seen it since 2013 or 14 or whenever that movie came out. Might be better than I think. But, yeah, so that's all you have to say about it?
more or less, yeah. It's good. I'd watch it. I'd probably watch it one more time, which is something I can't say for Ant-Man. So Connor, would you recommend Ant-Man and Wasp?
I'd recommend it. It was a pretty good movie. I pretty much say about all the Marvel movies, because 90% of our audience is here because random comic book crap that we make on this channel. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. Thought it was good. It's probably the upper half of the Marvel movies in my opinion. At this point, I can't even rank it, because most movies aren't going to be one of my favorites, and most of them aren't going to be one of my least favorites. It's another mid-tier Marvel movie, something I enjoy, something nice to add to the Marvel portfolio. I wouldn't go crazy over it, but I enjoyed it. It's a good enough time. I'd recommend it. And Ant-Man's something I'd definitely check out a third installment of. So, see you guys later. Next time. Peace. Adios. Bye.